Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 36 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to go to the iron world that I created in the last episode, and I'm going to automatically mine that using the builder from RF Tools Builder. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set up an energy source so that I can power the builder. And I think that if I use the mechanism Quantum Entangle Looper, I should be able to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to set this up. I've never used this before, so this might take just a little bit of doing here. So let's go ahead and go to the side configuration. I do want to go to the energy, and I do want this to be input on all sides. And let's call this a power, or actually, let's just call it power. And let me see. That did hook up, so that's cool. I'm not sure if we're getting anything out of it, so let me test this first. So let me hook this up to a power, and let me change the sidedness here. Sorry. Of power, let's do output on all sides. And let me hook up just one little piece of power here to it. Is it getting anything? It's not. So let me see here. Is it getting anything now? It is not. So what are we doing here? So power. I have this as output. That's probably why. This needs to be inputs, obviously. Okay, so are we getting anything over here now? No, still no. So go to power, output, auto eject on, and there we go, we're getting power. So that is cool. That does seem to be working, and that should work across dimensions. So yeah, Quantum Entangle Looper, a very useful item from the mod mechanism. It's something that I haven't used yet, but obviously I'm going to use now. So let's go to the iron dimension. Let me make sure I have this dialed up correctly because I have been experimenting a little bit off camera as well. It should be iron world, and let's go there now. Okay, so this is the proper world. As you can see, lots of iron blocks. I have done a little bit of manual mining, but let's go ahead and set up this builder, and let's set it up in this direction. And let's tell it that it is at the southeast corner. That is actually perfect. So it should mine this way. And I do have a shape card here. So I do want to change this right here. So let's do, I think solid is the way to go. Let's start off with a really small square. Things are spawning in the background. It's just taking a little time. Sorry, that spooked me, one of the orbs over there. So let's just keep it real small for right now. And I installed that. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I think I might need redstone to start it. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. So let's grab the Quantum Entangle Looper. Let's actually not do that just yet, because I do want to put an ender chest on top of it, so that the inventory hopefully goes into the ender chest here. I do want to color this differently because this is an ender chest color that I am using. However, I do plan to do that with this gray dye here. Let's put the gray in the middle, and this should be unused. So as you can see, unused. So let's go ahead and power this now. And okay, so let's go ahead and set that up. Let's set up the sidedness to be auto eject, power on. This should have power now. I'm not sure. Oh, there it goes. I didn't need redstone. I thought I did, but let's see. Are we getting anything? We're not. So it has been, okay, so it's doing up. It's, as we can see, the Y level is, okay, so it should actually be getting some blocks because it is just below where I'm at, but I'm not getting anything out. So let me go back. Let me grab a chest, a more conventional inventory. Unless it's trying to put them in the Quantum Entangle Looper for whatever reason. I don't think it would do that. Let's go ahead and stop this if I can. And yeah, I'm not getting anything out of it. Let me try to manually set this up to be more. No, I don't want 510, sorry. Let's do 10 by 10 by 10. Oh, I had it on scan. Maybe that's why it was. So yeah, I think that is better. I had it on scan for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and try this again. Ignored, let's... Okay, is... Not enough room. No usable storage on top or... Okay, so it has to be on top or below. That's nice that it actually tells you that. And it looks like it's replacing things with dirt, so that's fantastic. So one thing I am going to need to do is I need to get rid of the sand. Basically, I just want to keep the blocks of iron. Everything else is just trash to me, to be honest. So actually having this ender chest here is just a dumb idea. Let me go back and get an inventory. Get a trash can. So let's get a... I don't have diamond chests automated. Whatever. An iron chest will be fine. So let's grab an iron chest. Let's grab some sort of trash can. And item trash can is perfect. And I do have these item pipes here from the mod pipes. I've just experimented with them a little bit off camera, and they do seem to be extremely fantastic. So let me grab actually some upgrades here. So, and I don't remember what they're called, so let me just do this. So we have a couple of these guys, and let's grab those. And yeah, let's try this again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this inventory on top here. And so everything should come into here. And actually it seems to have finished, so that is actually cool. And now I need to set up the ender chest here. The actual items I want to keep need to go to the ender chest. So let's actually keep this all above the ground just in case I screw something up with the card there once I actually set it up to what I want. And oh, whoops. See, it mined that, and I didn't want it to do that. I didn't know that would do that. So let's also set the trash can over here somewhere. Okay, that should stay. And let's set up item pipes here. And we can just simply, I'm just shift right clicking there. I do have this wrench from the mod pipes. So I do want to disconnect this. And let's go ahead and set this up. And I do want I want to whitelist blocks of iron here. Item, and that is whitelist. So I've whitelisted blocks of iron, and then on the other side I'm going to quite simply blacklist blocks of iron. So let's go ahead and blacklist blocks of iron. Okay, so this should work. And let's pull everything out of here and let's see. Well, obviously there's nothing in there at this point. So what I need to do is I need to pull this out. And let's change this. Let's do the offsets as 0. I hope this doesn't screw anything up or cause any mayhem. And let's go ahead and increase these to 20 for right now. And I'm still in testing right now because I actually need somewhere for these blocks to go. So that is actually... Oh, whoops. Do I need to hit enter? What do I need to do here? There we go. So let's throw that in there. Let's get this party started. Okay, it grabbed 2 blocks. That's weird. So are we getting lots of iron blocks here? We are. And that is fantastic. It seems like my sorting system is working great. Okay, so one thing I need to sort out is I need to make sure I don't mine any of this right here. So I'm not sure which offset is which, but I do want to do a y negative offset. So like y negative 1. I assume it would be the last number here, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So let's set this to -1 if I can. And let's go ahead and increase this. Actually, you know what? Let's try this. Okay, so yeah, this is way up in the sky, so very clearly I messed that up. I wonder if the first number is the y-axis. I super wish it told you which axis was which. Oh shoot, hang on. Maybe it's I set an offset for the y-axis and I'm not really sure why I would do that. Okay, so I didn't. That was wrong. The y-axis is not this one. Let's try... Oh shoot. I'm screwing up my offsets here. Let's try this. So basically this should tell me which is the y-axis, and yeah. So let's start this. Okay, so the middle one is the y-axis. Let's grab this out. Let's go ahead and set this to -1. Hopefully that is correct. This can be... so I should be able to go infinitely down on this one. Actually, so we're at y level 65. Let's just go down to 60. Hopefully this is actually the y-axis here. And that's a lot of blocks right there. So let's try this one more time. Okay, that seems to be correct. I did grab blocks from over here, and that is not what I wanted to see. So let's pull this out. Let's try the -2 offset maybe. Because this is above the ground there. Okay, let's see. Did it actually go up? It shouldn't have been at a wide level above. It is taking... Okay, so... Okay, I see what's going on here. It's just out of storage. So let's do something about that. So what I can do is I can actually move these iron blocks to a black hole unit, and I actually want to do that on the other end here. So let me go back to my main world. Let me grab a black hole unit, and I should have one crafted up. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and craft another one as well. And actually, I need an area to where I am going to make these iron blocks into iron ingots. And I think I'm going to use this building right here. I have some processing going on in this building. And actually, I need to make sure that I do have some channels available. I will need at least one channel here. So let me double check. I have channels on either one, so that's fantastic. So let's go ahead and block this back up. Whoops. And set up this temporary storage for the iron here. So let's go ahead and grab an inner chest. And how do I want to do this? Let's do the inner chest right here. The channel is gray in the middle. So gray in the middle there. Got our blocks of iron. Got our black hole unit here. And let's just tell this to move those over. And I do need to grab a speed upgrade. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that. It's that pesky Windows key is right next to my shift and control keys. Okay, so there we go. Let's add that there. And cool, this is working. So let me throw the iron blocks in here just to get them in here. So that's fantastic. And we'll worry about the rest of the system here in just a little bit, but I just needed to clear out that ender chest so that I can kind of continue here. So let's run back to this dimension. If it'll load, where are we at? Okay, here we're at. So it does sound like it's going again. So that's cool to hear. And we are getting some iron as well. So let me actually trash some stuff I don't need right now because it's kind of annoying me. And I would still like to figure out this card as far as the offsets and everything go. Okay, so the middle one is the Y dimension. So what if I do... Basically, this should ensure that the builder is on the corner. And... Okay, so it started over there. Maybe I set the offset too big, I'm not... Okay, that's not super as I intended, but it did seem to grab some blocks over here. Did it actually do the area that it said? That doesn't look like 20 blocks to me. Oh, probably because it's not there yet. It's still doing. Why is it doing things above ground? Okay, so right now it's running all above. Hang on. When did I do that? Did I do that by accident? That was weird. Was not aware I did that. Unless I didn't. So let me go ahead and tell this to be much, much bigger. Did it just spill over? Because I had 25 in these. Let me try this one more time. And let me see if this... No, that seems to be fine. Now let me pull it out and see if it is still the same. It is. So I probably just screwed something up. Okay, so let's just make this big. 1,000. Oh, that's a lot of blocks. That is a lot of blocks. $15 million, I think, is what it's saying. So let's see. Does it keep all that? It does. Let's... I don't know if this is working or not. As far as the offsets go. And then let's do this one as well. So honestly, I should move this stuff. I don't want to get trapped here. So I should move it up somewhere. Let's move it on top of this giant orb here. Just because I can. Okay, there we go. That should be safe and sound. At least theoretically. Now are we getting lots and lots of stuff here. Okay, so for whatever reason, I've seen it blink the Y level way, way up. And it should not be doing that. It should go down almost to Y level 0 and then bounce back up. Okay, I have an idea of what's going on here. I think for whatever reason, the shape card is putting the builder in the middle. I think in the past, it didn't put it in the builder. It didn't put the builder in the middle of the box that you're making with your shape card. It put it on one of the corners, and apparently not anymore. So let me work with the assumption that it's putting. Oh my goodness, I didn't type in 30 here. I'm 100% sure I didn't do that. Let's try that. Box, solid. Okay, let's try this one more time. Are we getting stuff? Not getting stuff. It's probably just in a dimension or in a chunk it's already mined. Sorry, it's been a really long time since I played with the builder, and apparently I'm a little bit lost here. So I was getting some blocks somewhere. Are we getting any iron? We should be. Inverted. So let's go back to the main world. That should be going right now. Let's go back to my main world and see if this runs as I'm away, or if I need to chunk load it. In the past, I feel like the builder itself was able to load things, but I'm about 10% sure to that, to be honest. So are we getting more stuff? That's the main question here. We are not. So it does not seem to be running. So I am going to need to chunk load things, which is a little bit unfortunate, to be honest. So let me run back there and see if that's running, and then do some chunk loading. Okay, let me get rid of this and let me see if I'm actually getting iron. I am. It's just being pulled out super quickly, which is fine. Okay, so I have a large area that seems to be this way that it's being mined. So let me go ahead and chunk load like this. I know this is probably not going to be perfect. And this is probably not the best way to mine this, but honestly, it should be fine. Okay, so yeah, getting a lot chunk loaded here. That should be a lot of blocks for that builder to mine. And let's make sure it's still going, and then I'm going to teleport back. Break was canceled. Why was it canceled? What did you try to break? Let's double check that nothing wonky has happened with my shape card. So because this is starting in the middle here, let me set this to -30. That way it's not mining air blocks, at least theoretically. And let's try that. Okay, are we getting anything now, or is it mining the same chunks it's already done? Probably doing some of the chunks it's already done. Although it should go lower now. So let me see if that is happening. Break was canceled. Okay, so it's... I wonder what it's trying to break that it is not able to. That's interesting. I didn't know. I just figured it would skip blocks that it cannot break, but apparently that is not happening. What can I do about that? I don't know what I can do about that, to be honest, because if certain blocks are gonna just stop it for whatever reason, that is kind of gonna put a damper on my day. Let's try to rein this. You know what? Let's not use offsets, except for the Y offset. Let's just do zeros. And my teleporter is away, so it shouldn't be a big deal. My teleporter's up there, kind of out of reach. So let's try this one more time. Okay, so it's running again. Let's go ahead and set up the second half of the system, which is basically the system that is going to take the iron blocks and make them into iron ingots. And yeah, that should be pretty simple, to be honest. So let's run over here and let's see if this is still going. It is. Okay, so that's cool. So I do have 10 of the tier 3 crafters, and that's probably a few more than I actually need. Can I access this? I can. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then below, I am going to power them. And actually, I don't have a whole lot of room to work down here, but I should have enough. Is that 5? That is now. I knew I was going to do that at some point. So let's go ahead and break this. I'm probably honestly way overdoing it with the crafters. I probably only need like 1 or 2, but you know, whatever. Might as well go big. So I should have power back here somewhere. And actually, I'm going to have to do this. I know this is super not neat, but I do have power down here. And I should be able to just run this straight up. There we go. And then if I really wanted to, I could make that look neat on the other side, or neater on the other side, but I'm not going to worry about it. So let's go ahead and hook that up. And let's set up the system to actually, let me grab some iron blocks here. And it's still going, apparently, so that's cool. So the recipe is super, super simple. It's just iron block equals iron ingots. And I need to do that for each one. Okay, it might have stopped by now. I see it. Nope, it's still going. So that's cool. I am getting a lot of iron from this. Keep in mind that each iron block is 9 iron ingots. So yeah, pretty hefty amount of iron ingots already. Okay, so now I need to get all of these items into the crafters here. And I think I'm going to do that on the top side. And then I can extract the iron ingots out the front. So let's grab this wrench here. I am going to need to grab one of these upgrades here, because these crafters are no doubt going to be able to chew through 4 every second, which is the default extract rate, I believe, of these pipes. So now it's 64 items every 1 tick. So as you can see, these are probably all full of iron ingots at this point. So now I need to extract them out of the front here. And I'm just going to put them in a black hole unit over here. And just so I can see things nice and from this way, I'm going to connect it up over here. Let's actually disconnect that right there. And then I do need to tell these to extract. And I will probably need to give them extract upgrades as well. Yeah, as you can see, it's not nearly fast enough. So let's go back and grab 10 more of these guys. And hopefully that won't take too long to craft up. I should be done with these item pipes now. I also need a storage bus. And maybe some covered cables. And I'm not sure which color of covered cables I need. So blue. That's fantastic. That's actually super, super easy because I can just pop up right there. So I need one blue covered cable. And there should be iron ingots in here by now. There are. Cool. Let's set that to a negative priority. That's not something I super need to do, but I like to do anyways. That way the only iron ingots in this black hole unit are coming from this system. And so I can kind of trace where everything's coming from. So let's go ahead and insert these speed upgrades here. And then I believe I will be done. I wonder if my mining system is still running. It did have a lot of blocks to get through, assuming it didn't stop. Probably a bad assumption. As you can see, the number is going down here, but I should be processing a decent amount of these. Yes, a lot of them. As you can see right here, that's kind of crazy. So that's cool. And yeah. So in today's episode, I went to my iron dimension and I set up a system to automatically mine those iron blocks. It is something that I will have to manually reset from time to time, but when it runs well, it will give me a lot of iron blocks and therefore a lot of iron ingots very quickly. Just in about a minute here, I've got just about 100,000 iron ingots, and that's kind of crazy. So anyways, if you've enjoyed today's episode, definitely drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.